Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Awesome. So we are live. No idea if the bot will properly announce what I'm doing here, but we're going to go ahead and try and brew some decks up. I had a couple of ideas for stuff that I wanted to do. The first one is a deck brewed around one of my all-time favorite cards. Actually, two of them, really. The problem is they're both 5-mana enchantments. But for those of you that don't know, Descent into Madness is sort of the fixed version of Smokestack. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you put a counter on it, then each player exiles permanents they control or cards from their hand, where X is the number of counters. Hey, no worries, Kefka. Thanks for stopping by. Always happy to see you. I'm just going to do some modern brewing. I had a couple of ideas for stuff to play. Could be fun. Let's see. I think I want like some Orzhov signets and maybe some Rakdos signets. I want some hand hate. Maybe like Thought Seizes. And Inquisitions. Then we can do like Mind Stone. Let's see, what other cards can we run in this deck? I vaguely like I had a fever dream earlier today, and I was like, I played this deck once before, forever ago, and I really want to like at least throw together a basic version of it. There's no way it's still viable at all, because like I said, it relies on having 2 5-mana enchantments, but should still be fun. Let's do maybe a couple Urborgs. We need the fetch lands. Probably the ones that get swamps specifically. So we'll do the Bloodstained Mires, the Marsh Flats. Then we'll do some Godless Shrines. Some Blood Crypts. Well, is it 2 words? It is 2 words. I'll do some basic swamps. At least probably 1 or 2 plains. And then a mountain. Oh wait, what am I doing? This is way too many lands. Let's cut back a little bit. Whoop. I need a mountain. Then I need a plains. Yo, Oz. Glad to have you. Also, not my birthday. But thanks. Sentiment is appreciated. T- double-digit number to birthday. Let's see. I definitely want at least 1 Triome. The weekly punting competition. You got it. Let's do some Lilianas. Because we have her. Kazin_RLZ, thank you for following. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. Let's see. What else can we do to kind of delay dying immediately. I need some creature removal beyond Collective Brutality. In fact, I probably shouldn't be maxed out on Descent into Madness and Assemble the Legion, but they're parts of the combo. I think I want 2 more lands. Maybe like a Flagstone's a Trocare, and no, this is a hard lock deck. That for some reason I remembered existed. But the idea is if you play Descent into Madness and Assemble the Legion, you exile more permanents and cards from hand that your opponent will ever have, so that you just get the flawless victory every time. We probably need some number of Fatal Push / Bloodchief's Thirst. I think Bloodchief's Thirst is probably the way to go here. Maybe like 2 and 1 Fatal Push. I'm gonna go with the non-foil. Also, I'm gonna cut a Mind Stone for a Boros Signet, I think. Or not a Boros Signet, we'll do a Talisman. Because I think I actually have a couple of the red-white Talismans. Perfect. I'm going to drop a Collective Brutality and have one of the Edicts, Liliana's Triumph. Actually, I think that card might be good in this deck. Alright, now to the sideboard. We're going to need some Grave Hate. I think we're going to do the Ley Lines. Just because Leyline of the Void is quite good. I'll need some anti-counter spell stuff. This is just we're just prototyping at this phase. And then let's see. Maybe we need some anti-burn, anti-aggro. What can we play for anti-aggro? We could play Timely. We can do Timely Reinforcements. So right now, this looks like 8-rack, but 3 colors to me. In theory, this could be hilariously good or horribly awful. Oh, let's do the Talisman of... do one of the black-white Talismans as well. Alright. Reign of Gore. I don't think we'll need Reign of Gore. We don't need to stop people from gaining life. We might need to gain life ourselves. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this into a 2-man queue. This should be quite silly, if anything else. Ah, yes. My green bottle is getting picked up by the light and the green screen, so you can't see it. You get to see what's behind me. How's everybody doing tonight? Tarek, Oz, Kefka, Kazan. Today was good. Today was my first day back at work after my long weekend, which was alright. Bone Daddy, welcome. Against a Luris deck, I think I will keep this. Glad to hear it, Kazan. I'm going to start Marsh Flats and pass the turn. We'll fetch up a Savai Triome. Untap. So our hard lock... I saw Tarek. Our hard lock is playing Assemble the Legion and then Descent into Madness. Our opponent will not be allowed to have cards in hand or creature or permanents on board. It'll be great. I'm 12% confident it will work. So Assemble the Legion gives you exponentially more creatures as time progresses. And Descent into Madness takes exponentially more permanents away from you. So we're going to play Liliana. I'm going to Bloodchief's Thirst here, and we're going to uptick, discarding Descent into Madness. That should turn some heads. But this lets Liliana survive one Lightning Bolt. Descent into Madness is the 1 patty, 2 buns, 3 slices of cheese, 4 pickles, 5 teaspoons of mayo, 6 sesame seeds. Exactly. 7 slices of bacon. 8 Souls of the Damned. Yeah, we get rid of all but 1 token every turn. Opponent pitch Dismember. They put Luris into their hand. We untap. We draw Marsh Flats. I have the big regret doing this, but we're doing it. Fetch with Marsh Flats, get a swamp. Play Descent into Madness. Opponent discards, and we discard as well. The problem is we have no cards to exile to Descent into Madness, so we actually have to start exiling permanents. We don't have the choice in whether or not it upticks in the smokestack analogy, basically. All right. So Descent into Madness upticks, and we're going to exile Orzhov Signet. Opponent's going to exile a card from their hand because they still have cards in hand. We draw Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize our opponent. They have Battle Rage, Luris, and Fatal Push. So I think we just take Luris from them and then make them sack. All right. Opponent untaps. I was brewing new Mono Bluetron with new cards from Strixhaven. Looks exciting. What cards are you adding from Strixhaven? I'm asking because there's none that particularly stuck out for Bluetron specifically, but is there any that I can think of? Nothing jumps out. Divide by Zero and Introduction to Annihilation as a one-of in the side. I don't remember which ones those cards are. Okay, so I'm gonna exile. If I exile 2 lands, next turn I'll have to exile the rest of my permanents. I still think it's correct. Let's do this. We're gonna force the mulligan to 0 on both sides. No, we drew Liliana. All right, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land, goes to combat, hits us for 2. All right, Descent into Madness. We'll exile Liliana, land, and land. Opponent has to exile 3 permanents. And I mean, next turn, both players will be down to 0 cards. And then it's a top deck fight. I definitely targeted Lily. Alright. Descent into Madness. We'll get rid of our only permanents. Intro to Annihilation, 5 mana. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card. Okay. I could see that being useful if you can, what do you call it? If you can tutor for it. Hey, we're top decking lands. Perfect. Okay, alright. Assemble the Legion is exciting. Opponent plays Verdant. Fetch with Bloodstained Mire. Let's get a Godless Shrine. We untap. Draw a swamp. Play a swamp. Pass the turn. We have obtained the sandwich. Opponent fetches with Verdant Catacombs. They probably drew Death Shadow, which is a huge issue. They get a Blood Crypt, untapped. Oh, it's Monastery Swiftspear. That is potentially better or worse, depending. I should have fetched the red land. Pass the turn, and we have no Sacred Foundries in this deck. This deck needs at least one Sacred Foundry. Blood Crypt off the top one time. Inquisition's a complete whiff. Blood Crypt, basic mountain. They hit us for 2. We untap. We draw Descent into Madness. We got the full combo! We just need to draw red mana. Opponent plays Seal of Fire. Am I dead? I might be dead. Hit us for 3, down to 4. They're looking at the top card of our deck. And we're dead. I could play Assemble the Legion, but it doesn't do anything. Alright. Oh, so close. We got to turn 14. That's something, right? Okay, I want Timely Reinforcements, and I kind of want Leyline of Sanctity. So what 7 cards can I take out versus my opponent's deck? I think Collective Brutality doesn't do enough. I could probably cut, like, maybe a single Thoughtseize and, like, a Signet of each kind. We'll go down one more Thoughtseize. We'll try like this. Could Assemble the Legion and draw the 1 of every time. Alright, I would like to play first. Assemble the Legion is one of my favorite cards. Alright, we got tons of ramp, no interaction. We'll keep. So we'll start Flagstones. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Blood Crypt untapped into a Swiftspear, sure. We untap. We draw Inquisition, so play a Swamp. Play a Talisman. Inquisition my opponent. They have Veil of Summer, Thoughtseize, and Abrupt Decay. I don't really care that much about Veil, so I'm going to take Thoughtseize. I just have to be aware if I try and, like, Liliana downtick. Opponent plays Bloodstained Mire. Hits us for 1. We untap. We draw Bloodstained Mire. So, play Orzhov Signet. Play Bloodstained Mire. Fetch Basic Mountain. Play Lily. There's no reason for us to have this other Signet. And we're going to uptick. Because if I target them, they'll just Veil. They'll probably just Abrupt Decay Lily, but this does tax them a little bit. They discarded Swamp, so they still have Veil and they still have Abrupt Decay. They're probably casting Abrupt Decay here. They shock Overgrown Tomb. Abrupt Decay Liliana. Sure. They untap. 3 cards in hand. They play a Blood Crypt. They put Lurrus into their hand. They hit us for 1. Assemble the Legion. Blood Crypt. I guess it's time to play Descent into Madness. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Tarmogoyf. Bolts our face. Hits us for 2. We go to 9. Descent into Madness. Ticking up. Get rid of Talisman. Opponent probably exiles a card from their hand. They exile Lurrus. We draw Lily. Play Lily. Make them sack. They sack Swiftspear. Pass the turn. Opponent hits us to 3. Plays a second Tarmogoyf. Alright. Descent into Madness uptick. Gonna exile, I guess, Mountain and Swamp. Clayton 225, thank you for resubscribing. 4 months. It's going well. And I'm glad you made it. We draw a very useless Leyline, and that's going to be the game. Well, this was a silly deck, and I didn't expect it to fully work, because it wasn't really viable even when it was better than it is now. So, right now I was playing Assemble the Legion, Descent into Madness, Hardlock, but didn't do too good versus Jund to Death Shadow. Still fun, though. Who's texting me? Better not be important. Alright. Obviously our deck is perfect. They had to be stream sniping. Oh, one thing's for sure. I needed a Sacred Foundry in this deck. Let's see. There were some cards I was going to add to this to make it quote-unquote better. I'm going to try playing one more 2-man with it just to see. I would like to play first. Well, it's Assemble the Legion. Which is what we should be playing before we play our Descent into Madness card, but... Eight Ball? What is 8 Ball? Alright, opponent plays Polluted Delta to start. So we're going to fetch up the Triome. 8 Ball Lightning, 8 Ball Lightning, turn sideways. We might be able to do that. We draw Descent into Madness, which is pretty good. We've got the combo. It's not my birthday, Dick Record, but I'm glad you showed up. Opponent fetches up a Watery Grave tapped. My goodness. Opponent gets a Prismatic Vista. We untap. Draw planes. Play Blood Crypt tapped. Pass the turn. I would like to duress my opponent at least once. Which... Is there a 6-1, or are you thinking of the 8-0? There is a 6-1. There's a triple green one. Okay, we draw a Fatal Push, so play an Orzhov Signet again. Play Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the turn. Best top deck here would be Thoughtseize. It might be Force of Nature. No, it's Groundbreaker. Groundbreaker is the green 6-1. Opponent flashes in Brazen Borrower. I haven't had a permanent leave the battlefield this turn, so... there used to be a kind of janky aggro deck that was red-green that ran Ball Lightning and Groundbreaker. And it was using like Firelit Thicket, the green-red filter land, to actually be able to cast its spells. I did not know that it had full art. That's news to me. Ingenious Infiltrator. We're against Ninja Fairies. The worst kind. And opponent opts. Alright, time to assemble the Legion. They play Prismatic Vista. Ninja Fairy sounds like a slur? I don't know about that. Changeling Outcast is both a ninja and a fairy, and a mutant and a turtle. Alright, we untap. We draw. Thoughtseize. Dang. Alright, play a planes. And it is time. Assemble the Legion. They got Force. I know they do. Even though their mana base... Well, I guess it's not budget. They've cracked 3 Prismatic Vistas. How dare you force my Assemble the Legion, sir? Or ma'am, or other. Ugh. Getting ninja'd. Forks of Will. Alright, we untap. We draw a Lily. How much mana do I have? 7? Not enough. Play a Mountain. Play Lily. Archmage's Charm. Okay. Pass the turn. Serum Visions. Man, an uncontested ninja is pretty good. If they print Counterspell in Modern Horizons 2, they better print black, destroy target creature, no riders. At instant, not sorcery. Alright, opponent plays Polluted Delta, we untap. We draw a Lily. Play Lily. No, I don't think it needs to say Planeswalker on it. It just needs to be creature. They already have Eliminate. They have, like, Hero's Downfall is kind of the centered on rate at 3 mana. You can see it 4 mana at common. Just think my 6 mana spell was a Mind Rot. Fair enough. Opponent sacks, probably Brazen Borrower. The drawing extra cards seems pretty good. Yep. Play Flagstones. Now we play Descent into Madness. What about 4 Phyrexian mana, destroy target creature or planeswalker? Do you want Death Shadow to be tier 0? Because that's how Death Shadow becomes tier 0. If it were Mythic Rare, it could cost 2 mana. Ornithopter! Ornithopter! My opponent is playing Ornithopter! Like a jerk. That's a turn 2 ninjutsu creature right there with Spell Pierce backup. Changeling Outcast. Ninjas riding in on an Ornithopter. Man, I want to play ninjas now. That's way more reasonable than what I'm doing. Does anyone have a good ninjas list? Okay, we're going to exile probably our planes. Opponent has to exile a card. Okay, we draw. Descent into Madness number 2. Thanks, Bone Daddy. Play second Descent into Madness. Yeah, that's right. You can Archmage's Charm this. Alright. Uptick Lily. Pass the turn. 8-ball sounds fun. I kind of really want to play ninjas. I could make 8-ball for probably a mad meta if you want. But I might resurrect the old green list rather than play. Well, red black it might actually be kind of reasonable because then you can start playing unearths and stuff. But then I'm already playing the. I already tried playing the unearth deck. Yeah, I think the best ball lightning deck is definitely it's definitely elementals. Problem with Magic is all the fun stuff gets owned by the good stuff, and the good stuff is not usually that much fun. Yeah. Mad Meta Magic, where the magic meta makes Kano mad. The problem is my opponent is drawing too many cards for Descent into Madness to do any work. It's ridiculous. You know what we should be playing in this deck? We should be playing Thought Contortion. Just 6 mana, discard your hand. Can't be countered. Good luck. We'll get rid of Swamp and Flagstones. If I'm already trying to cast 5 mana uncastable spells, I can at least play the 6 mana uncounterable Wit's End. 1 with nothing sounds like an auto include. I think your definition of an auto include is kind of a strong definition of auto include. Okay. Definitely bringing in Quadra Defense Grid. I'm going to go down. I'm just going to go down some Signets. Try it like that. Play Gamble. Gamble's not modern legal. Be thankful. Storm would be too good. Don't. Makoriko, welcome. Glad to have you. Storm being good is not a bad thing. Storm being too good is absolutely a bad thing. Let me call up Mara. Well, they did just print like a 4 or 5 mana gamble-ish card. It's a red card that lets you tutor for 3 cards of any name and then discard 3 cards at random. I don't remember if it was Strixhaven or the Commander set though. I guess we'll start Blood Crypt. And Inquisition you. Wow, force pitching mana leak. Alright. Your turn, opponent. Storm could be played as a phone app. Opponent plays Ornithopter and a snow-covered island. We untap. We draw Lily. Alright, Thoughtseize you. Here comes a Spell Pierce. Oh, they opt. Opponent has Thoughtseize, Inquisition, and Changeling Outcast. We'll take Inquisition. Play Savai Triome. Pass the turn. At least Thoughtseize they have to pay life for. We're getting Thoughtseized. Joe West, welcome. TMI, but welcome. Yes, the big Braino emote is here thanks to us getting to enough concurrent subscribers. We have since fallen below that number, but we were at it long enough to get the Braino emote. They take Collective Brutality from us. We draw Signet. Play Signet. Pass the turn. Next turn I can play 2 more Signets. So they played Darkslick Shores, they've played Thoughtseize, and now they play Changeling Outcast. Okay. They didn't attack for 0. Alright, let's go Rakdos Signet. I can either Rakdos Signet or I can Inquisition their last card in hand. I'm just going to cast Rakdos Signet. Pass the turn. I'm still subscribed for the culture. Alright, opponent attacks for 1. I mean, if they've got a ninja here, that's basically why I didn't Inquisitions, because all the ninjas worth ninjutsuing are 4 mana and above. Yep, if I had Inquisitioned, I would have gotten nothing out of the deal. Okay, opponent plays a land and an Ornithopter. We untap. We draw Urborg. Play Urborg. Go Inquiring. It's a Flooded Strand. Play Lily. Kano should do a subathon. Every subscription's another Modern League he plays in a row. How about another 2-man he plays in a row? Because Modern Leagues are very long. Opponent plays an island. Attacks Lily for 3. Okay. They don't draw a card this way, though. Come on, assemble. Swamp. Why is it always a swamp? Uptick Lily. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. This deck plays 21 lands and then like 12 signets. But the signets are important. They kill Lily and deal 1 to us. Assemble. Defense grid. That'll show them. Pass the turn. Maybe I should be playing like some Night's Whispers or something. Yep, there's that opt. We get hit for 3, actually more. Second Ninja of the Deep Hours. Well, now we've taken too much damage. Okay, and we have no damnation effects. I'm gonna cast it. But I'm gonna lose. Alright. Opponent's deck was cheating. All they did was attack. Yeah, it's cheating. Oh, man. I know what we need. Let's get let's get some cycling lands in here. Yeah. There we go. All right. One more. We got some card draw now. Legion of Madness. Let's go. Tarek, it's not my birthday. It will be soon, but it is not today. Oh, man. Kano 47 just needs to eliminate the competition. Be right back, I'm dying. Alright, here we go. We're on the draw, which is not where this deck wants to be. Well, we got 2 Assembles, a Thoughtseize, a Talisman. Let's go. Opponent is a Lurrus deck, which is not a good sign for us. Welcome back, Six Sigma. I hope you're feeling better. Opponent starts Polluted Delta. Into a Blood Crypt. Into a Bauble. Into an Inquisition. Well, opponent might suspect something is up. We untap. Opponent baubles us. We draw Silent Clearing. Play Bloodstained Mire. Pass the turn. I think Bone Daddy asked if he was behaving, and Tarek said no. So he got timed out for 1 second. It's pretty funny. And it's Jund. Jund Death Shadow again. Opponent plays Hex Drinker and levels it up. Crack Bloodstained Mire. We'll get Savai Triome. Well, we get in Sacred Foundry. Untap. We get Collective Brutality. Well, that's something to do. So place Silent Clearing. Let's escalate 2 modes. We'll kill and duress. The people have spoken. They want Clayton as a mod. We're up to 4 people. Awesome. So we're going to be having a user tournament for Moto. Probably going to play a round robin. Going to pitch an Assembled Legion here, by the way. And I'm going to be recording the matches that I play in. We're going to take Fatal Push from our opponent. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can play Talisman of Conviction and play Liliana's Triumph. So if you have Moto and you want to play, the rules are in the Discord. !Discord will get you a link to join our Discord, where we will be coordinating to play. It is a modern legal tournament with a number of card restrictions. We've banned the top 50 spells, creatures, and lands, other than basic lands, from play. It'll be fun. We draw Descent into Madness, so play Sunbaked Canyon. Play Talisman of Conviction. And Liliana's Triumph. Last I checked, it was still legal. Dick record. Pass the turn. Opponent shocks a Blood Crypt. Plays Death Shadow. Alright, we need an untapped land. No! The one time I need a land! If opponent goes turn 1 island pass, I might just scoop up. Opponent plays a swamp, hits us for 1. Show me a land. Opponent's probably putting Luris in their hand. They play a Hex Drinker and are leveling it up. No, it's gonna have protection from everything. Well, we drew Sunbaked Canyon, but a turn too late. Play Assemble the Legion, taking about 6 extra damage. Oh man, and I used my 1 Edict. Pass. Well, I guess I have Liliana of the Veil, but needs X, draws the opposite. Tarek, I feel like you've described my entire Magic career. Alright. Opponent leveling up Hex Drinker, presumably all the way. It is now a 6/6 with protection from everything. And I have no way to answer that, as I have no Wraths in the deck. And no way to gain life. So we untap, we assemble the Legion. They did have a Scourge, but I edicted it. Okay, so we're going to cycle Sunbaked Canyon. And we're going to scoop. Dang it. Okay. So we're going to bring in Leyline of Sanctity and Timely Reinforcements. I'm going to cut Mind Stone, Talisman, Thoughtseize, and one Night's Whisper. Well, actually, one Collective Brutality. Try it like that. Brain Rock, indeed. The alternative to Brain Book. Alright, we'll play first. Alright, we'll keep. We've got some stuff we can cast. Starred Marsh Flats. Fetch. I'm just going to get a basic swamp here. And Thoughtseize my opponent. Opponent has Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Inquisition, Grim Lavamancer, and Bauble. Take Lavamancer. We're going to be very sad because they'll be taking our Night's Whisper from us. So opponent shocks Overgrown Tomb, Inquisition. They do play Bauble as well. Man, Timely is not going to be very good if we don't lose more life than our opponent does. Against the deck that loses all of the life, I suppose I should have thought about that. Opponent takes Night's Whisper. We untap. Alright. Timely Reinforcements no longer gaining us life. Oh, wonderful. Opponent cracks Bauble. Untaps, draws a card. Plays Wooded Foothills and cracks it. Shocks a Blood Crypt. And plays a Tarmogoyf. We untap. Draw Sunbaked Canyon. Play Sunbaked Canyon. And play Timely. Get some 1/1s. I mean, my life will be lower, but it won't be lower than my opponent's. Not unless they start actually getting in for damage. I suppose I could let them hit me and not block. Let Goyfy smash? Yeah, I'm thinking about it, actually. Take 4, go to 12. Opponent fetches with Bloodstained Mire. Shocks with Blood Crypt. They put Lurrus into their hand. We untap. Draw Bloodstained Mire. Play Bloodstained Mire. Sack it. We'll get the Savai Triome, provided I actually click it this time. Then we'll go ahead and Timely. I didn't need to fetch to turn on Timely, I should say. Well, we're just gaining life, though. We're not getting any more tokens. Go to combat. Attack for 3. When it goes to 9, they untap. If they don't Thoughtseize us this turn, we might actually... Well, never mind. They should take Assemble the Legion. They do. They play Lurrus. They hit us for 5. We go to 11. We untap. Well, they play Bauble. I forgot about that. They Bauble us. We draw Assemble the Legion. Pass the turn. There's no reason to play out Timely. It's just a 3-mana prowess trigger at this point. So pass the turn. Opponent untaps, draws off of Bauble. Opponent attacks us for 8. Well, double block here. They got a Battle Rage. Big no smalls. We go to 5. They're at 9. We've used their push and Luris. We play Nurturing Peatland. And Lava Man. So I have to cast Timely. Kano? More like no, okay? Nice. Another Tarmogoyf. We untap. Draw Marsh Flats. Well, I might be able to cast Assemble the Legion this game, maybe. Play Timely. We go up to 11, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play Bauble. They Bauble us. They go to combat. Block here. Block here. Block here as well. Awesome. I'm glad you're in, Clayton. When it goes to 11 from the lifelink. All right. That's game. This deck needs Wraths, at least in the sideboard. I think it's time to play a different deck. But it's also time for restarting the client, because the client is lagging too badly. Play 40 ball? I don't even know what that means. Kano's gonna show up with 4-color Omnath and we can ban him then. Maybe I should just play the Evolving Wilds version. Except pretty sure Omnath is still in the top 50 creatures. I would almost put money on that. Let's see. Can we find a ninjas list? I'm still kind of interested in playing ninjas. I don't know if there was like a recent popular list. It looks like there may have been by Saffron Olive. As a budget deck, I think. Oh, actually, I saw Goldfish had a Turgrid Cloud, Turgrid Death Cloud, the deck. That looked like fun. Let's see if I have the card. I don't have Turgrid though. I don't know how expensive she is. Thanks, Bone Daddy. I appreciate that a lot. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I have all the cards for this. I'll play a couple games of Turgrid Death Cloud. Oh, I only have 3 Death Clouds. It's kind of impressive. I still have tickets, right? I do still have some number of tickets. Alright, 1 ticket to pick up the missing cards. I love Death Cloud. Mainly because I love Smallpox, and it's just Smallpox with an X cost. So this is the list I want to be playing for this next couple of 2-mans at least, I think. And the idea behind this is Turgrid, whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Of course, the idea is we just Wits End them with Death Cloud and get all their cards from hand, and we get all of their creatures. The problem is they sack lands after we sack creatures, and Turgrid probably doesn't survive the Death Cloud, so we kind of makes it hard to get lands from our opponent if we do this. But other than that, we're kind of just playing the old black-green Death Cloud list. So this should be at least a little bit of fun. Sounds a lot like Baby Lily Emblem. Which one's that, actually? Alright, I'm going to keep this. Opponent plays a Steam Vents into a Soulscar Mage. Alright. We draw an Overgrown Tomb. So, play Windswept Teeth. Crack Windswept Teeth. Heretical Heal. Oh, the flip one? Get a Forest. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Yes, the Grave Betrayal effect. Opponent leads on Serum Visions. Plays a Spire Bluff Canal. Do they have removal for the elf? They do. Alright. We draw a Forest. Play a Swamp, and we're just going to Liliana's Triumph. Make them sack their aggressive creature here. Next turn, we can play a Forest, play Utopia Sprawl, then play Lily. So if my opponent plays exactly 1 threat, we can use Lily as an Edict. Then we can follow up with a potential Death Cloud, just getting rid of everything. Opponent Lava Darts us into a Stormwing entity. Alright. Well, we don't have to worry about them Lava Darting to kill Lily, at least. We untap and draw Liliana's Triumph. Ooh, actually, that might be better. Some dude way back when had a Black-White Soul Sisters deck that played that card. Oh man, so he was gaining life. He was gaining a lot of life. I think we play Liliana and downtick here. Play Lily. Edict Stormwing. Pass the turn. Opponent lead non-Manamorphose. Adds red-blue. Plays a Sprite Dragon. Gutshots Lily. Mutagenic Growths. Mutagenic Growths. Hits us for 8. Joe West, thank you for resubscribing. You've been subscribed for 15 months. Huge supporter of the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. You're a wonderful human being. Oh, we just Deathcloud for 2. Well, we would have if I had shocked Overgrown Tomb, but I did not. So, Liliana's Triumph. It's a good thing we had backup. Kano is Blood Moon proof. That was definitely a punt. I got distracted by the wonderful Joest resubscribing. It's not my birthday, Six Sigma. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills and passes. We draw a Dark Petition. What can I get with... I can get Turgid. But opponent... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I think I just go get Lily. No, Deathcloud for 3 is definitely stronger, right? Kano, you don't know how many birthday wishes you're going to get on your actual birthday. I'm expecting approximately 0. Looking at this list. What do we have in the 3-drop slot or lower that I can Dark Petition for? Mind Stone? I guess I could go get Turgid and play her as the Lantern mode. But I think Deathcloud for 3 is just better. Alright. It's weird that this is one of the last days that I'll be the only one knowing your actual birthday. I know, right? T-minus double-digit number. And we're there. So Weather the Storm, Collective Brutality coming in. Same with Thragtusk. Let's put these in a pile, huh? Do we want Binding the Old Gods? That seems a little slow. Veil doesn't really help here. Kalitas. And possibly Damnation. Curse the Cabal, probably just way too slow. Same with Torment of Hailfire. We know that the number is not a multiple of 7. Since the birthday isn't on Wednesday. That is correct. I need to cut 3 cards. Probably should cut like Turgid. I know it's critical to the actual deck plan, but I'll cut a Turgid, a Garruk. No, Garruk is super good. I'll cut another Turgid and Garruk. Alright, fine. That's true, that was his tail walking by. He was actually out super hard like 10 minutes ago, full on snoring. He's digging in his bed right now, trying to make it a little more comfy. He does the best flops. He's so dramatic about it. Well, this is a turn to Liliana. Sure, we'll keep. Opponent starts Wooded Foothills. We draw a second Liliana. Play Forest. Utopia Sprawl. Name black. Oh, I bet he looks cute. We'll get Spell Pierced. Alright, pass the turn. Figure out how to do it. I would watch a YouTube video of you with a GoPro walking Porter with classic Kano commentary. Oh, man. I'll look into it. We definitely need another black mana, so we'll Utopia Sprawl on black. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can double Mind Stone, or we can play Liliana downtick. Opponent hits us for 1. The fact that they're not playing spells worries me. Okay, light up the stage. That makes sense. They hit Lightning Bolt and Steam Vents. They play Steam Vents untapped into a Stormwing entity. This is extremely scary. We untap. We draw an Overgrown Tomb. So if I shock Overgrown Tomb, I can play Mind Stone, Liliana downtick. They probably have to spend some resources killing Liliana. What is classic Kano commentary for just like hanging out? All right. Opponent hits us for 6. We go to 7. Untap. We draw Overgrown Tomb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can Dark Petition and have 4 mana. So I can get Damnation. Oh no, I can't, because Dark Petition doesn't refund here. I bet it would be describing your activities. So if I Dark Petition, I only have 1 mana? 1 mana. Yeah, I definitely don't have Spell Mastery yet. Let me think. I think we uptick. I could cycle Mind Stone. Because, like, the worst play, or the only play I can think of is, like, we cycle Mind Stone, see if we draw Damnation or something. Then we have uptick Liliana, play Liliana, downtick. Alright, let's do this. Cycle Mind Stone. Another Mind Stone. Uptick Liliana. Discard Mind Stone. Here's the cat walking around upstairs. So now he's quite interested in what's going on. Opponent discards a mountain. Now I could shock, play Mind Stone, play Liliana on downtick, but then I die to like 1 spell. So I think we just play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Play another Liliana. Keep the new one. And force our opponent to sack. We're dead to a Lightning Bolt. But I think that was the best play we could make. Opponent plays Fiery Islet, cycles Fiery Islet, Lava Dart, and Lava Dart. Alright, we're dead. Opponent hits us 2-0. Alright, game 3. Yeah, I'll just run it back. I would like to play first. We have Damnation and Thragtusk. No real acceleration. I can fetch an Overgrown Tomb and Fatal Push if I have to. Or I can just get an Overgrown Tomb tapped. We don't have double black. That's something to worry about slightly. I think I still keep this. Not really on the primary game plan at all, but we have a lot of our sideboard cards. And by a lot, I mean 2. Alright, pass the turn. So the only way I would shock for Fatal Push is if my opponent is going to, like, Swift Spear double mutagenic. Just ordered the cards you need for the Kano tourney? Alright. Fetch with Windswept Teeth. I did take 1 unnecessary damage. But it should be fine, right? We untap, draw Arbor Elf, play a Forest. I think we go with Mind Stone here. Pass the turn. Next turn we can play Arbor Elf and another Mind Stone. If I draw black mana, I can play Damnation. But plays a Spire Bluff Canal, Gutshots our face. And then plays Stormwing Entity. Okay. They get to go Scrying. We untap, we draw another Damnation. Play Mind Stone. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Opponent casts Serum Visions. Prowess trigger, they draw a card, they get to scry some more. Second Serum Visions. Okay. We're taking a minimum of a lot. And they have a Lava Dart. Okay, we need a land. That sort of works too, though not as effectively. Make our opponent sack. Okay. Opponent taps for 2, Lava Darts us, plays another Stormwing Entity. Plays a Bloodstained Mire and passes. Come on, land. It's a land. Play Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. We'll get a Swamp, and I'm actually going to cast Damnation here. Just as a very bad kill spell. Oh no! I didn't calculate for that. Am I dead? I'm probably dead. Alright. They crack Bloodstained Mire. They get a Steam Vents untapped. Sprite Dragon. Flashback. Lava Dart. Oh no, they already did that. That Lightning Bolt. That's lethal. Gosh dang it. Deck was fun, though. I'll still play some more. Let's run it through again. Should have played 8-ball. You would have won. I don't think so. They're playing a deck full of 1 mana, 1 damage spells called Lava Darts that basically would read gain 12 life by sacking a land. I don't think 8-ball can beat that deck. All right. Feel free to send them over, Bone Daddy. I'm excited. It's a very strong card. You know what? Sure. Opponent starts Scalding Tarn. We untap. Is this the same guy? This might be the same guy. The new championship card should have been an X2. If I would agree with you if the effect relied on the card sticking on board. I think it should have been a 3-2. Otherwise, it's fine as a 3-1. You're guaranteed to get some value out of it. Opponent fetches up Steam Vents and Shocks, and Lava Dart. Lightning Bolt. Okay. Maybe this isn't the same guy. I wasn't paying attention, though. Or had Flash. I think the card's good enough. I don't think it needs those things. Play Arbor Elf. Play Overgrown Tomb. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Flooded Strand. We untap. Draw Fatal Push. Play a Swamp. We're going to try casting Garrick. Garrick, like, 100% gets countered. Alright, they crack Flooded Strand. Is this Logic Nod? X1. Okay. Pass the turn. Opponent's turn. They play a Plains and pass. We untap. Draw an Overgrown Tomb. Shock an Overgrown Tomb. Play Death Cloud X2. Opponent Cryptics to counter and draw. Sure, pass the turn. Hey, Sissia, how's it going? Right now I'm playing MTG Goldfish Turgrid's Death Cloud effect. Okay, opponent upticks to Fairy to draw an extra card. They Lightning Helix are... Whoa! Oh, geez, what is that noise? I got the subscription noise from Clayton gifting a sub to Sissia at the same time that Moto decided to play anything, literally. So, alright, pass the turn. Teferi, huge problem. I don't think this deck can beat Teferi. Opponent plays a Scalding Tarn, cracks Scalding Tarn. Gets a Prairie Stream untapped. Well, that is very, very kind of you. Opponent gets to untap some lands. We untap. We draw Lily. Play Lily. Opponent remands Lily, makes a Shark. Alright, we've lost. Alright, so we want the Veil of Summers. Collective Brutality as well. I think we want Binding the Old Gods here. We drop Damnation. One Fatal Push. I think we get rid of Torment. A Mind Stone and a Turgid. A second Turgid will keep the Mind Stone. Try it like this. I would like to play first. That hand is not keepable. Neither is this one. The Death Cloud deck going to 5. All right, we'll keep putting back Turgid. And I guess either Death Cloud or Garruk, and it's probably Death Cloud. So start Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Thanks, Bone Daddy. That is a significant list of decks. Man, if I... Oh. Okay, we get Garruk. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped, pass the turn. Kano, do you do EDH streams? If so, what's your favorite commander? I don't play EDH. Because it's not a one-on-one format, and I don't like politics in my Magic. Mainly because I'm terrible at it, and I am constantly targeted whenever we play Commander. It has completely ruined the format for me. Alright, opponent cycles a Shark Typhoon, X0. We get a Lily. Well, unless they have a Force. They probably have a Force. They always have the Force. The pitch Cryptic Command. Pass the turn. You know, if they're not going to let me do Simian Spirit Guide shenanigans... turn 1, they really need to ban Force from this format. I said it. He sent them to me privately. We'll play a Forest. Try and resolve Lily. It's not that Force is bad, but Force is only necessary if you're doing degenerate things on turn 1. Like, that's the only time that having a free counterspell is necessary in a format. That's what everyone's predicting. Everyone's saying counterspell is either going to be in MH2, or it's going to be in the D&D set, or it's going to be in both. And I could see either. I could see an argument for either. One plays 3 mana to Fairy. Down takes to draw a card. We untap. We draw Liliana's Triumph. Alright. Play Garruk. Is the D&D set going to be Eternals only, or will it hit Modern and Pioneer? I'm pretty sure it's actually a standard legal set. If they reprint Shardless, it'll be in Modern Horizons 2. Oh yeah, I bet the cold-foiled counterspells look amazing. Okay, we force our opponent to discard Oust. Then we uptake Lily, make him discard another card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a standard legal set. Pass the turn. But it plays a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I have no idea, Dick Record. That is outside the scope of my knowledge. It looks like the ninjas list you sent me is actually the one I was playing against. The very first list you sent. Bone Daddy. So I might have to try that out. It is the core set according to the wiki. All right. right. So we'll play Mind Stone. Uptick Lily to 6. And we'll make a beast. Pass the turn. Opponent discards Cleansing Wildfire. Opponent bolts Garrick. That's annoying. Upticks to Fairy to 3. Well, I mean, like, that's... correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, Ponder and Preordained, Mana Leak were all core set cards originally. Well, not originally, but their most recent chance in Standard. Even Lightning Bolt, I think, was a core set card for the same reason. Opponent hardcasts Shark Typhoon. We untap. Draw a Forest. Alright. Alt Lily. You can have lands or spells. The Judge promo for Karlov has meme potential. Yeah, it does. The flavor text on it's pretty good. It's like, those who say money can't buy happiness don't have enough or something like that. Go to combat. Kill Teferi. We drew Binding the Old Gods, which is perfect. So play a Forest. Play Binding. This will kill Jace. That was like the best possible top deck for us. Pass the turn. We untap. We draw. Get to ramp out a Forest, so get an Overgrown Tomb. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 3. Take him to 12. Play Verdant. Pass the turn. Opponent does nothing. We draw. Opponent gives up. All right. Maybe we want Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, I want Thoughtseize. What am I doing? We'll cut Fatal Push entirely, and I'm going to cut another Turgid. I know she's one of the reasons we're playing this deck, but I am trying to win. I've got a sneaking suspicion this hand doesn't do anything fast enough, but... Remember when opponent decided to Armageddon themselves? Yeah, I think they suspected they were going to get to keep their Jace, and they were going to, but we drew our Maelstrom Pulse effect that isn't Maelstrom Pulse, Binding the Old Gods. That was a complete top deck after the fact. Do you accept cash as payment for favors? The phrasing of that question terrifies me. I am not above bribery when it comes to playing decks on Magic. Play Arbor Elf. Opponent fetches Scalding Tarn. Opponent plays an island. And what are they doing? They pass. We untap. Draw Verdant Catacombs. Go to combat. Attack them for 1. Opponent Aether Gusts. We'll put that on the bottom. Then play Arbor Elf. Play Verdant. Pass the turn. I believe for bribery purposes, I asked for at least the cost of a league, or or cards I don't have. Opponent plays Castle Vantress. Crack Verdant Catacombs. We'll get another Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Untap. We draw Lily. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent cycles a Shark Typhoon X1. They block. The Fool! He's allowed me to resolve my Liliana. Until it gets forced. Although, to be fair, if they force Liliana here, they're going down to like 2 cards in hand. T-Rex, welcome. Oh, they forced! Incredible! Pass the turn. Why would you go down to 2 cards in hand versus the deck that's... I don't know. I don't know about this. Because now I will resolve my Garruk Wildspeaker in attack mode. Play Gary. Another force! It's probably another force. Archmage's Charm? It's actually another force. Alright, next turn, Death Cloud. Alright. Watch them have Cryptic. Yes, Sissia, that completely unrelated event is completely your fault. It's okay. I don't know if I still do it, but I used to call exactly the way I was going to lose extremely frequently. We're going to lose our hand if this resolves, but so does our opponent. We end up with 1 more land than they do. Mana Leak. Alright, that's fine. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play Teferi. They're going to feel silly when you do that again next turn. I mean, this way they at least have a Teferi out of the deal, right? We untap. We draw a forest. Perfect. Because now I can Death Cloud for 3. Death Cloud 2. No! Don't do whatever you're doing. Okay, Lightning Bolt. I thought it was a counter spell. I was going to get real upset. Discard Liliana's Triumph. This deck looks evil. Does it win? Sometimes. It's really fun when you like play the Turgrid line. This is Goldfish's Turgrid Deathcloud deck, MTG Goldfish. Opponent has a Planeswalker and a land. We have 3 lands. Yeah, I would be really upset if that had been a Spell Pierce. Opponent upticks Teferi to 2. Passes. We draw. Lily, come on, let's go. Mind Stone. Okay, alright, it's a redraw. Pass the turn. Opponent takes up to Fairy to 3, plays a land, we untap. Draw Verdant. Play Verdant. Sack Verdant. Get a Swamp. Cycle Mindstone. Garrick. Pass the turn. Opponent upticks to Fairy to 4. We untap. Draw Mindstone. Play Garrick. Uptick. Play Mindstone. We're upticking so that Garrick is outside of bolt range. If my opponent wants to downtick to Fairy to bounce a Mindstone, that's totally okay. Opponent upticks to Fairy to 5. We untap. We draw Liliana. All right. Float black, float black. Uptick Garrick. We're going to play around Mana Leak and Remand. Liliana resolves. Uptick Lily. Opponent discards Cryptic Command. Excellent. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They're going to downtick targeting nothing. If they targeted Mindstone, we would have sacked it there. They play a land. I actually still think I'm going to sack Mindstone. We get a forest. Untap. We draw Liliana's Triumph, which is actually, I believe, an excellent card here. Make a beast. Play Liliana's Triumph. Faithless did nothing wrong. Yeah, that's why that's why that deck must have died then. Uptick a Lily to 5. Force our opponent to discard. Another Cryptic. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Draws a card. Well, if they drew removal or land, we get them Hellbent this turn. Untap. We draw Mindstone. Go to combat. They Lightning Bolt. Okay. Go to second main. Opponent fetches up a Steam Vents. So play Mindstone. We're going to cycle a Mindstone here. I may end up discarding a card to Lily. Okay, it's a land. Uptick Lily to 6. Make a beast. Can we get Fixed Faithless in Modern Horizons 2? Fixed Faithless was already printed in the form of Haggle. That's about as powerful as they want discard and draw to be at low mana. Okay. Opponent unsummons a beast to draw a card. They're going to Snapcaster Mage Lightning Helix to either kill Garruk or stop Lily from alting. What if they stripped it of Flashback? The card already exists and it's blue. It's also still too powerful. They kill Garruk. Seasoned Peasy? Yeah, but that's at 3 mana, not 1. There's a big difference there. Alright, we get a Forest. We draw... Windswept Teeth. That is not what I wanted. We are going to just make them sack. Red Jank decks need it. I know. It enabled a lot of stuff. It enabled Loampox. Like, besides the Hollow One decks, it enabled Loampox. It enabled, like, Mono-Red Blitz, Mono-Red Storm. There was a lot. It did nothing wrong except everything. I mean, the card was strong. Nobody's arguing that. Tarek, thank you for resubscribing for 7 months. Has it really been that long? Man, it feels like only yesterday. We're going down to 7. Overgrown Tomb tapped. We untap. I agree, lucky number 7. We draw a field. Play field. Uptick Lily. Force our opponent to discard. They discard Lightning Helix. I'm going to field Triome right now. If they have extra mana, it's, in theory, better for them to use it on their own turn. Because they might have something worth flashing back on their own turn if they had, like, a Snapcaster. It may not actually matter, but it might be the same either way because of the number of instants they're playing. But it plays land number 5. Oh, please don't let it be Big Teferi. The lag is real. No! You can't just do that, opponent. Every time. Well, at least we drew Binding the Old Gods. Alright. Blow up Teferi. And now it's a top deck fight. The only difference is we're at 7. Be a real man and play Goblin Lore. Goblin Lore only works in Hollow 1. But it plays a land. So we shuffle away Lily. Get an Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Play Windswept Teeth. Fetch up a Forest. Alright. Pass the turn. Or if you're very skilled at not discarding the cards you want. I believe that's called luck or cheating. There's no in between. We draw Death Cloud. Well, opponent has 6 lands. I can Death Cloud for 5. And go to 1. Bolt me. Do it. You know you have the lightning bolt. Don't mana leak. Pass the turn. Never lost a fair game or played one. You can play luck in your favor. Speedrunners do it all the time. I mean, it used to be if you played Uro and Omnath in the same deck, you'd no-clip to the finals. In between luck and cheating is Chuck. Clayton equal Chuck. We draw an Arbor Elf. Alright, here we go. Death Cloud for 5. Chuck no? You have a flagstones. Just let this resolve. Play our secret weapon. 1 mana, 1/1. Pass the turn. What would Chuck no look like? Well, one of my streamer friends is Mustard Chuck, so it kind of sounds like shipping me with that person. To me, that's what it sounds like. Am I just dead to double lightning bolt? What's happening? He's another streamer. He's a friend of mine. I've done some gameplay videos a long time ago. Canuck is the proper ship name. Canuck like I'm Canadian. That's pretty good. Play Arbor Elf. Yes, the almighty bolt command. Play Liliana. Uptick Lily. Aether Gust. Alright, putting it on the bottom. Opponent discards their last card in hand. Have you considered buying more frames for your Moto? I know. I'm gonna buy a new computer. It's on the list. It's the next big purchase I have to make. The only reason I didn't do it is because it was buy a new computer or be completely debt-free, and one of those was just too good to pass up. Opponent cleansing wildfires themselves. They draw a new card. Why is Bone Daddy speaking about frames for Moto? He's talking about frames per second, because I'm getting like 3. Maybe even less. We get a Utopia Sprawl. Wunderbar. Utopia Sprawl on Forest. That's true, he can't. Next slide, please. This is a PowerPoint presentation. 470 reasons to not play this deck. Oh, man. Oh, Porter is really concerned about me. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy boy. Yes, Dad's alright. He promises. Thank you for the kisses. They drew the bolt. The last slide is just Kano's face enlarged. They lightning bolted us. Moto didn't even have the audacity or decency to show me the lightning bolt. Hang on while I get this client restarted. Oh man, is it... I'm alright, I promise. I'm okay, Porter. I'm fine. I'm just having a belly laugh. Moto doesn't have the gumption. Go get it. Oh boy. I think it's time for some ninjas. Because I was looking down this list. And there was fairy ninjas, processors, but I don't have Valky, and don't intend on getting Valky anytime soon. While your application takes 4 days to restart, I'll go get dinner. It's a rather large dinner. Yes, buddy. Hi. Hi, Porter. Yes, I love you too. Everything is fine. Just go back and lay down, okay? All right. Back to the regular stream video. It's okay. It's all right. I don't really feel like playing that particular deck. Download. Right. Add new deck. Import. Modern Ninjas. Let's take a look at this. Why does it only have 59 cards in it? That's not right. Because there's supposed to be 20 lands and there is not. Moto's been having trouble importing multiple different arts of cards. I need snow-covered islands. And ideally homogenized arts. And then 2 snow swamps. All right. One more island. Here we go. Do I have all the cards for this? I have all of the cards except a Plague Engineer, which I'm not going to play. I'll play something else instead. You know what? I'll play the 4th Surgical. That's what I'll do. Valky looks optional for the case of spell quelling your own Valky? What? There's no way that's a real line for that deck. You're trolling me. Or delaying it. Counting of Islands is why you're not a pro by now? You're fine. Just lay down, buddy. Yes, I love you too. You're a good boy. There's no need to worry. Dad's all right. All right. It's time to take ninjas into a 2-man queue. And go ahead and try and update Stream Decker. Kitesail Freebooter will do the same thing usually. Oh, because you can cast it without paying its mana cost. So you can actually cast the backside of it if you cast it for free. I now understand. That's pretty nasty. See? That's why you're the diabolic tutor. And I am but the humble special teams punt coordinator. Are we going to draft today? I hadn't planned on it. There is a cube that's legal that I haven't tried yet called Nega Cube. There's also Time Spiral Remastered, which I think is still out. And Time Spiral Remastered is really, really fun to draft. It's just, I don't think it's as fun for people to watch. You're the man giving the PowerPoint presentation. Let's talk about your trucks. People want them. I don't know if anybody's seen that. I think it's a College Humor skit. That's fantastic. He just starts making noises, and they're just like showing up on the PowerPoint behind him, like he's rehearsed this. Oh man. Hey, you're lucky it's a PowerPoint and not an overhead slide deck on transparencies. All right, I would love to play first. We're playing ninjas with no ninjas. Mulligan. No, we got a ninja, and I guess we're starting Serum Visions. All right, we'll keep. Put back Cryptic. I should probably have mulliganed to 5, but Play Prismatic Vista, fetch up a basic island, and Serum Visions. We get a Changeling Outcast, Archmage's Charm to the bottom. I kind of want to draw Opt. Pass the turn, because that gives me something to do along with playing Changeling Outcast next turn. Opponent starts Colony Garden, and I know I'm in for a World of Hurt because they're playing Amulet Titan. We draw an Opt, play Polluted Delta, fetch with Polluted Delta. We'll get a Watery Grave because we are holding Archmage's Charm. Play a Changeling Outcast, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Breeding Pool, untapped, into an Explorer, and Castle Garenbrig, and a Soccer Tribe Scout. Let's Opt. Polluted Delta to the top. Alright, Soccer Tribe Scout resolves. We untap. Draw Polluted Delta, play Polluted Delta, go to combat, get in for 1, and we're going to leave up Archmage's Charm. There's a really good chance my opponent can Titan next turn if they just have like 2 untapped lands. Or if they have like Amulet and a bounce land, especially. Opponent explores, sure. They play Vesuva, copying Breeding Pool. Maybe I needed to Infiltrator there. Okay, opponent goes to combat. Passes. Well, let's get another Watery Grave. We untap. Draw Changeling Outcast, play Polluted Delta, go to combat. Kano only plays the finest power points. Hit our opponent for 1, down to 16, pass the turn. Opponent putting in a land with Soccer Tribe Scout. It's a bounce land. Pick up Colony Garden, I guess. Sure. They untap. Transmute Talaria West for Cavern of Souls. No, don't do that. They play Colony Garden. Is there anything I can do to stop them from casting a Titan? I could gain control of Soccer Tribe Scout, but I don't think that does anything. Crack Polluted Delta. Get an island. Untap. We draw an Opt. You can concede. They don't have Amulet. Go to combat. We're going to go and try and get in with the Infiltrator here. I'd like to draw another land. Does Crypt say non-permanent, not non-land? No, Cryptic can bounce lands. If I bounce their land, they just put it back into play immediately, so it doesn't do anything while they have a Soccer Tribe Scout. Let's go ahead and Opt. Darkslick Shores, I'm going to put on top. Play Darkslick. Play Changeling. Pass the turn. Opponent puts in Cavern of Souls, name's Giant. It's like I'm psychic. They untap. They play a forest. So here comes the Titan. Opponent reevaluates how they're tapping. Because they were... pretty sure that means we're dead. Yep. Dry Bomber, welcome. Opponent plays prime time. It goes well from my perspective. Double Valakut. That's 12 damage. So they can kill our guys. Shoot us for 6. And we're dead to basically everything. I can Cryptic and tap all of their stuff. But if they draw a land, that takes us to 2. That takes us to 1. So we untap. We draw Flooded Strand, which we can't actually do anything with. So I'm going to play Changeling Outcast. Stop on my opponent's upkeep. Cryptic, tap everything and draw. Old bordered primetime, though? Yeah. We get Ingenious Infiltrator. Opponent passes, we untap. We draw a Snow Swamp. Go to combat. We basically have to draw Cryptic Command. No blocks for the opponent. Ninjutsu. Draw Snapcaster, which would have worked had that been our draw for the turn. But there's nothing else we can do now. Alright. Yeah, I needed to get more aggressive with Ingenious Infiltrator that game. That was actually my mistake. So versus this opponent, I mean... Oh, yeah. Alright, chicken fingies. I want the Hand Hate. At least the Thoughtseizes. Maybe not the Inquisitions. I don't think I want Surgical. Don't think I want Cling to Dust. Maybe I do want Inquisition. Over, like, Opts, I guess. Liliana's Triumph, they make enough 0/1 tokens off Colony Garden. Probably don't want to do that. Alright, we'll try it like this. Alright, I would like to play first. Yeah, I will lead on Inquisition. We have Fatal Push and Mana Leak, which seems good against what our opponent is doing. Alright. So, start Inquisition. Explore, Explore, Dryad, Amulet. So, take Amulet. Pass the turn. But it plays Talaria West, because now they have no choice. We untap. Draw Ornithopter. Play Island. Play Serum Visions. We draw Watery Grave. Thoughtseize, Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm going to put these to the bottom. Play Ornithopter. We want a Ninja. Pass the turn. Opponent probably just has to play Growth Chamber here. Okay, they pick up Delaria West. We untap. Ninja. Snapcaster Mage, okay. Play Snow-Covered Island. Go to combat. Swing 0 to send a message. Pass the turn. Just going to leave up Mana Leak this turn. Opponent explores. Mana Leak. Put the Fear of God in them. They play Sunhome, and they have another amulet. Impressive. We untap. Draw Prismatic Vista. Play Prismatic Vista. Go to combat. Attack for 0. Pass the turn. Now I have Fatal Push for a Dryad. I can Snapcaster Mana Leak if I need to. Opponent leads on Explore. That one will resolve. Oh, great. Porter is throwing up. Porter! Treat? He's throwing up. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. For anybody who's worried, Porter is fine. So, he gets this way because he doesn't eat his food. And he doesn't eat his food because he's incredibly spoiled. So a little bit of backstory on this. Okay, opponent plays Dryad, so we're probably just going to Fatal Push the Dryad here. Actually, I don't know if we're going to Fatal Push the Dryad yet. We're going to wait a second here. So, when I went back home to visit my parents, every single day, my mom would cook him his own egg. He'd get his own egg for breakfast. And this spoiled dog now will hold out for better food all the time. I have to give him, yes, exactly, Dry Bomber. I have to actually give him like treats and stuff in the morning for him to eat his food for breakfast. Now, I recently switched his food, and I think he likes this food less than his normal food. So I'm going to have to switch him again. But he holds out, and he gets too hungry, and he throws up. Because he's a spoiled brat. Yeah. So I think I'm getting tightened here. Opponent transmutes Stellaria West. Looking into a green-white knights list, I have basic buff knights for the tribal theme, but a little lacking in card draw or card advantage. For knights. Attack our opponent for 2. If it's modern, you could... Alright. Yeah, Collected Company is great card advantage. It's way on the expensive side, so if you're trying to do budget, it's not really a consideration, but Coco would probably be the way to go. Because some of the best knights, like Knight of Autumn, Knight Exemplar, those are all like 3 mana or less. There's the prime time. And we're super dead because they have double amulet. That's true. If you're doing like a combo list with like combo knights, you can do Chord of Calling as well. I'm pretty sure this is the same person. Alright. We'll keep. We just need 1 land. Any land will do. Luris Knights can run Bauble. Yeah, but most of the good knights are 3 mana and above. So I think even like Still Moon Cavalier is a knight. Shaper Sanctuary is an excellent one. Oh yeah, what okay, no, it is green-white knights. We've established this, Kano. I'm about to get 36 Charmed Strays. Why? Opponent starts Ghost Quarter into Amulet. So we're going to lead on Opt. Serum Visions to the bottom. We get a Changeling Outcast. And I'm just going to force this. We'll exile Brazen Borrower. I don't care. Untap. We draw Flooded Strand. Absolutely perfect. Fetch with Flooded Strand. Get a basic island. Go to combat. Attack for 0. Ninjutsu. Draw a card. That would be way too good as a Rat Colony card. Like, that'd be way too strong. There's a reason why Rat Colony costs 2 and is worse. Opponent plays Celestia Sanctuary. We untap. We draw another Ninja of the Deep Hours. Go to combat. Attack. Ingenious Infiltrator. Pick up Ornithopter. Draw a bunch of cards. Like a lot of cards. Yes. Draw, draw. Shock Watery Grave. Play Ornithopter. Play Ornithopter. Play Changeling Outcast. It's unlikely we'll need to Fatal Push this turn. Yeah, but mono white could be good again. Opponent plays Ghost Quarter. Into a Dryad. Into a Wooded Foothills. Into an Amulet. We untap. Draw a Ninja. Go to combat. Swing with the team. Opponent's going to block Ninja of the Deep Hours. Ninjutsu, picking up an Ornithopter. Draw roughly a bajillion cards. And by a bajillion, I mean 4. Go to our second main. Play a Swamp. Fatal Push. Play Ornithopter. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Azusa. That could mean we're dead. They play Valakut. They pass the turn. We untap. We draw Ingenious Infiltrator. Go to combat. Attack. If I ninjutsu, are they dead? I think they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu. 9 damage. Ninjas! So many card draws. I was about to draw my whole deck. Okay. Inquisition, Thoughtseize. I'll bring in the other force. I'll cut an Archmage's Charm. We'll cut an Opt. Visions. Well, Cling to Dust, bring Visions back in. Try it like this. Alright. This looks like a good opener. We've got turn 1 Changeling Outcast, turn 2 Infiltrator. Opponent is on the play, and we have no other interaction, though. This could be pretty bad. Opponent plays Wooded Foothills, shocks a Breeding Pool. Into an Amulet. Well, that's not good for us. We draw Opt. Play Darkslick Shores, play Outcast. Pass the turn. Second Amulet. We are so toast. The craziest draws our opponent's deck has is with 2 Amulets. They explore. This is just turn 2 Primeval Titan? Yeah. Turn 2 Lethal Primeval Titan? Mm-hmm. Yep. They're up to 7 mana. I hear that with the best pilot and the best draws, Amulet Titan is the best deck in the format. I don't know about that. It is one of the stronger decks, for certain. Yeah, I think its best draws are probably the craziest, simply because of this. Like, this is a turn 2 Primeval Titan, and this Primeval Titan will be double Slayer Strongholded and will kill us, so... Oh, it's nothing special that they got a hand like this. It's just that, yeah, now they get Boros Garrison and the double Sun Home. It's just that they're playing against me. It's not that their luck is good. It's that mine is not so good. Oh, they didn't even have to Sun Home. They just have double Valakut. That is a turn 2 kill in Modern. But Simian Spirit Guide's too broken. Can't have that. Yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate that it does. Engineered Explosives I don't think is good enough in this matchup. Technically it answers Amulet and Soccer Tribe Elder, or Soccer Tribe Scout, but at least this is only a 2-man. Yeah, you got me there. We'll keep... I'm going to put back Cryptic, and we're going to lead on Inquisition. Ideally, we... No worries, Sissia. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to have you. Turn 2 kill in Modern. Alright. Fetch up black mana. Inquisition. Opponent has Explore and Dryad of the Elysian Grove. I think we take Dryad. Explore is strong, but Dryad is way stronger. So if I could Serum Visions into a Changeling Outcast or Ornithopter, that would be great. Snapcaster Mage. I could land this turn and we could get an Infiltrator next turn. That's probably worth it. Pass the turn. We can at least pump fake that we have Mana Leak. Nah, man. Spanish Inquisition. Opponent explores, so they'll play Selesnya Sanctuary. Where you land grant for your one Overgrown Tomb or whatever your Bayou, and then you cast 1,000,000 rituals and just tendrils your opponent. Snapcaster Mage, we untap. Draw an island. Go to combat. Attack. Ninjutsu. I just want to cheat Emrakul into play. Is that too much to ask? Yes. We draw an Archmage's Charm. Play an island. Serum Visions. Force of Negation to the bottom. Island to the top. Hey, we'll get to Ninjutsu Fallen Shinobi. Cries in Polymorph. Opponent plays a Zusa into a forest, into another sanctuary. Alright. Then they play Talaria West. So their hand is Land Titan. Play an island, go to combat. We're going to leave up Archmage's Charm because it's the sane thing to do. Watch my opponent top deck Cavern. They don't want us drawing cards. Alright, you got it. Pass the turn. I think you have to go for it, sir. Because otherwise you're not going to get the chance. Opponent agrees. Let's hope for no Spell Pierce. Alright. They play a Growth Chamber. They're going to pick up Garen Brig. So their hand is 2 lands, I believe. We untap. We draw Dark Slick Shores. Play Dark Slick Shores. Go to combat. Attack. And we're going to Ninjutsu Shinobi because it's sweet. You have the counter, Luxac. Imagine your opponent typed that in chat. How would you react? I wouldn't. It's fine. I tend to be a lot nicer in person if I play Magic. Because I don't want, like, I can overreact a little bit or be negative if I want to play up a little bit for entertainment value, but I would never do that in person. In person, if I get grumpy, I just shut up and don't say anything. Because I would rather my opponent be a sore winner than me be a sore loser. Okay, transmute Talaria West. Get Summoner's Pact. You have to do the gamer slump in your chair if you're tilted. We draw a Fatal Push. Go to combat. Attack. If I ninjutsu, I actually get an untapped ninja. Oh, Primeval Titan and Valakut. Nice. I get to kill my opponent with their own Valakut. I have never done that before. Yes. Primeval Titan. Oh, let's get fetch lands. Justice demands retribution. Clayton, thank you for gifting Mana Traders a sub. Much appreciated, and I'm sure they appreciate it as well. Alright. I got to ninjutsu some people. Alright. One more. We are on the draw versus our opponent. This hand is okay, but I think I want to mulligan for an early creature. Alright, I will keep this. I'm going to put back Cryptic. And I'm really going to pray we draw a second land of some kind. Opponent starts Godless Shrine. Inquisition. How dare they? How dare they take my only play? Opponent. Playing interaction? In Modern? How dare you? Just imagine. They could be killing me with a Primeval Titan on turn 2. What are they doing? They're casting Hand Hate on turn 1. He actually had the Inquisition. What a luck sack! No, it's I've been in that situation as well. It's like someone who is a really sore loser that gets like an insane turnaround and then is a really, really sore winner. It's not a fun feeling. It's just like the maximum amount of dicketry you can be without actual violence. At least over a tabletop game, to my knowledge. Alright. Show me a land. Opponent's got Esper mana. Don't Fatal Push me, bro. That came out like really like really there was like vitriolic hatred. And there was real vitriolic hatred in that in that you. Alright. No second land? I'm not lucky. I've cantripped several times. In a deck that only plays 20 land. Man, I'm complaining exactly like the modern Delver players I used to play against on Moto did. It's like, dude, you're playing a deck with like 20 land and 900 cantrips. Of course you're only going to draw cantrips. Alright. Land. Yes! Got it. Boom. Done. Pack it up. We're good. Pass the turn. Never heard of Xerox. Yeah, that's right. Don't blanket statement us Delver players anymore. Some of us aren't salty nerds. I'm a salty nerd. It's the general theory of the deck. Yeah, but like, When you're playing with Preordain, Ponder, and Brainstorm, you can do that. When you're playing with Serum Visions, and at the time, what was the next Sleight of Hand was like the next best cantrip, you can't. You really can't. Not because in Modern, when you're doing that, your opponent is going to be casting actual threats. Oh, Thought Scour, excuse me. Thought Scour, that was correct. You got me, Clayton. It was Thought Scour. I found the better option was to play Belcher and replace land with Explosive Murder. Clayton 1. Kano, probably more than 1. Hooked on Phonics, 10,000. It's got to be higher than 8. How many days has that been stuck at 8? They're going to exile my graveyard? I guess they don't know I'm ninjas. Well, they take Brazen Borrower. Alright, opponent has 2 cards left in hand, but they have twice as much... What on earth is Hooked on Phonics? Hooked on Phonics is a teaching aid, like learning aid for children in America. It was, at least when I was small, and it had these really annoying commercials. They had these little kids that explained that Hooked on Phonics helped them learn how to speak. Phonics being the pronunciation of English words, so like phonetics. And it's a joke because I can't read. Or at least refuse to read cards. Alright, Changeling Outcast. Go to combat. Attack for 1. New independent study confirms Kano can't read. Even newer independent study confirms Kano can read, but refuses to. Opponent cracks Polluted Delta for a Hallowed Fountain tapped. They untap.
Why are you not eating your food? Is it because you're spoiled, or is your tummy bothering you?
We untap. That is a lot of outcasts. Can't believe you don't play EDH. It seems you're like my kind of goofy and fun casual format. I can't play it because without fail, I am always targeted down first. I'm not like we didn't even play hyper competitive. I played some interesting and fun decks, but I always just got targeted down by literally everyone else I played with, and I don't like playing it. I don't like politics in my Magic. I get especially frustrated when people make what is quote unquote the incorrect move because somebody else told them to make it. Stop playing with people who hate gingers. Oh, man. I didn't know that was the problem. I guess I'll go dye my hair and beard. My skin's tan enough. I could pass for not ginger. So versus control, I probably want hand hate. Yeah, man, just let me, all I want to do when I play Commander, I want to play Mycosynth Lattice, I want to play Bludgeon Brawl, and I want to Volshock Battlemaster and equip every permanent at the table to my creature. That's all I want to do. Just let me do it! Alright, so versus control. I'm going to drop Murderous Cut. Probably an Opt, a Serum Visions, and a Cling to Dust. And we'll try it like that. Kano Discord, EDH pod when? Never. Okay, Cyclonic Rift is legitimately fun. Change my mind. Just Lattice and play Stony Silence like a real... No, because it's not fun. It's not fun. Making your opponent reach across the battlefield and dig through this pile of cards to find their lands to tap for mana to cast their spells, that's fun. And if you want to play not fun, for a brief period of time when it was still legal, I had Zur the Enchanter EDH. And yes, it was stacks. It's not a real game of Commander until someone resolves Knowledge Pool. Opponent takes Mana Leak from us. We untap. Draw a Swamp. Play Swamp. Inquisition. So, my favorite Commander deck that I ever had was... I'm going to take Path here. Favorite Commander deck that I've ever had was Erebos. The deck was basically mono-kill spells. And all it was Fun Police. If anybody wanted to attack me, I killed your creature. That was all the deck did. And I just had an indestructible greed as a commander. Somehow, people didn't like that. Even when it was only used in self-defense. But I had like, what year was this? It'd be like 2016. I had an original Ulamog commander deck. That was a lot of fun. Because it won with like Mycosynth Lattice, Staff of Nin, Clock of Omens, like to end the game. Stop blocking my punches. This bullying isn't very fun. Alright, Snapcaster Mage to the bottom, Ornithopter to the top. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're keeping the Ornithopter. It's completely turned me off of politics and Magic. I cannot stand politics in a format. Actually, that's not true. The only time that I enjoyed politics in Magic was when I did an unstable draft with 3 of my best friends. Can I define politics in Magic? Anything in a group of 3 or more players where one player makes a decision that is not to help themselves to win, but to make you lose at the other player's behest. Like, multiplayer, basically, yes. Play Prismatic Vista, play Ornithopter, pass the turn. Outside players informing your choices. Yeah. Stoneforge Mystic. Opponent gonna tutor up something. They have Damnation in hand, so I mean, we could be in trouble. That's only backseating if it's on 1v1. If you're playing in multiplayer, then it's fine. They're all multiplayer formats without politics. I mean, yeah, probably. Outside players are worst. Like, come in already, it's windy out there. Alright, crack Prismatic Vista, we'll get an island. Untap. We draw. Fatal Push. Play a swamp. Go to combat. Attack with Ornithopter. Ingenious Infiltrator. It's a draw card. Can't stop the thop. Get a mana leak. New plan. It's still Fatal Push. I lied. Oh man. Is this the part where I reveal the fact that Magic and me were born in the same year? I definitely didn't own any Power 9. Opponent plays a Darkslick Shores. Plays a Sword of Fire and Ice. I'm about to be 27. We untap. Draw an island. Play an island. Go to combat. 94, I think. It was between 93 and 94. I was born in 94. Pick up Ornithopter. Made terrible investments and bought houses instead of cardboard. Rookie move. Yeah. Well, we can Inquisition and take their Geist. They have 2. Play Ornithopter. Pass the turn. The prices, so there's a larger economic issue going on, and people are really expecting a massive financial collapse. So what they're trying to do is put their money anywhere they think it'll hold value. That includes collectibles. So a lot of the vintage Magic cards, like, there will never be more of them, and it seems like a really safe place to keep your money. But the prices are artificially high. All right. Well, I think it's about time that I call it for the night. Until WotC decides to print more. They won't. Not as long as the stupid reserve list exists, but I don't want to get out of that topic right now. I've made my feelings abundantly clear on that in times before this stream, but anyway, thank you everybody for showing up. Clayton, thank you for gifting a bunch of subs. Joest, thank you for resubbing. Kazan_RLZ, thank you for following, along with Tarek, thank you for resubscribing too. Clayton, get out of here. Nobody wants more Walking Dead cards. Oh, yes. If you want to play in a kind of gimped modern format with me and some friends, please, !Discord, find the channel, talk to Six Sigma, and we'll all be playing that soon enough. It's not my birthday, Dick Record. And, yeah, I hope to see you guys again soon. This was a good stream. I feel like we played a lot of interesting modern. And hopefully we get to do more of that. Porter is really begging for my attention, so I'm going to go now. Y'all have a good night. You're all wonderful human beings, and thanks for watching. Bye!